Hey everybody, it's Jason with the Boardgame Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game called Indulgence. Indulgence is a game that's published by Restoration, which means they take an old game, they bring it back, tweak some rules. Plays 3 to 4 players, 45 to 60 minutes, and the original designer is Jerry Darcy, and new additional co-designers are Rob Davio and Justin Jacobson. So what you're doing in this game is, it's a trick-taking game. There's some kind of story. You're trying to get the new throne or something. Does it even say the story here? There's no story. So yeah, it's a trick-taking game. You're trying to just be the most powerful ruler in the land. The way that works is, on your turn, you're going to be looking at these edicts. There's going to be 3 edicts that are going to look like this. They're either going to be this side, or someone may try to shoot the moon, which means they're going to try to do this on their own, the center side. If you break this rule and you're not the ruler, you have to pay the ruler a certain amount of money. If you do this side and you succeed, everyone pays the player who succeeded money. If not, the player who failed this, the sinner, would have to pay the ruler an appropriate penalty. So when you're the ruler, you can do whatever you want. You can take all the tricks that you want. No penalty. You're just going to be cutting into your profits because other people are not going to be able to take those tricks. But if you're the sinner, you have to do the opposite of the edict, and you have to get all of it. No exceptions. So, tricky. So that's enough talking about it. Let's go on the table. Check it out. All right, so here's a game of Indulgence, all set up for 3 players. To set up, you're going to give each player this like strong box here. 5 single florins and 5 value florins, which are these cool gems here. Each player in the advanced game is going to get a papal bull, which I've done here, which is going to let you activate all 3 of the things at one time if you want to. And then you're going to deal all the cards and deal them out evenly till all the cards are gone, which I've done here. Then you're going to shuffle the edicts. If you're playing the advanced game, you also want to include the ones that have blood spatter down there at the bottom, which we're going to do that. Shuffle them, take 3 from the bottom and put them face up, and set the indulgence ring. Look at that, looks like a cool class ring off to the side. That may come into play later. All right, so I'm going to be playing this player. The way this game works is it's a trick-taking game. What that means is someone's going to play a card. If you have that card, you need to follow suit. If you don't have that card, you can throw off a suit, and whoever plays the highest card of the suit that was led wins the trick. Now, in this game, someone's going to be the ruler. So in this case, I'll be the first ruler. What that means is I'm going to be picking one of these edicts to come into play for this round. So for example, if I pick this one, don't take the first or last tricks. I would say, all right, I want to do this edict. So let's just go ahead and do that. I'll say I want to do this one. Then it's going to, from me, it'll pass to this player. And they'll look at it and they will say if they think they could do, not take the first and not take the last tricks. So let's see here. Yeah, they're gonna do something. So if they decide that they think that they can do this, they would just say, okay, pass. That's fine. So then it'll go to this player. Now they think that they can take the last and the first trick. So what they want to do is they want to be the center. I looked at their cards, so I don't know if this is a good idea. But what they're going to do is they're going to flip this, and they will be the center. Now what they need to do is they need to take the first trick, and they need to take the last trick. If they do that, they get 4 florins from each player. If they fail, they pay 6 florins to the ruler. So now we all know that this player is trying to do this. So what we're going to be doing, these 2 players, are going to try to stop that player from doing that, because they're going to get money from us if they win, but the ruler will get money from them if they lose. So now, that being said, it's their turn to go first. The center gets to go first. If the center would have passed, if they would have passed, it would have gone back to the ruler, and we would have played as this side. And then everybody if someone takes the first trick or last trick, they would pay the ruler 4. But we're not doing that. This player is the center, And because they're the center, they also get this ring, which will explain when they decide they want to use it. All right. So I'm going to show you my cards. I'm not going to show you this player's cards, but they get first dibs, and they will play that. So they're going to lead with the 9. 9 of Borgia. Then this player would have to play a green. And you're not allowed to play the ring on the first trick, but we'll get into that when we play it. All right, so that's this player's. Then this player, they have to play a green. And they'll play this one. So this player played the 9. They played the highest green card. So they are now halfway there to their goal. They get first lead again. So they don't care what happens here, but they want to try to stay in the lead as long as they can, because that's good for them to get the first and the last trick. So they will just do this. They'll play the 9. Then this player will, they have to play a red. They'll play the 3 red. And this player will play the 1 red. All right. So this player also wins this one. They don't have to get them all. They just have to get the first and the last. So it's their lead again. And they will play another red. We're just going to filter out all the reds. That's going to be their plan. All right. So this player will play this one. This player will play this one. They played an 8, so they also win this one. It would be cool if the numbers were not just in the top, but that's just a small complaint. We'll get into that later. All right, they still win. They still have the lead. So let's just keep going with the red. Probably not smart because I think other people have red, but yeah. So this player's going to play a 7. This player will play a 5. So the ruler is now in the lead. They get a lead something. So they will do 5 green. Or Borgia, this player has to play a green. They only have this one. They played a 7. Now this player has to play a green. And they'll play an 8. So this player now takes over the lead. So they will keep the greens going. Let's get some of the blues out. They're kind of worried about blue because that's the color they don't have a lot of. Nope, not those. These. So they'll play this one. So 9 is still the high, or 6 is high. And then this player has an 8. They'll play an 8, so now they have the lead. They're going to lead this. And they have to play purple, which is Medici. They will play this. Then this player will play this. So 9 is the highest. This player played the 9. They get lead again. They'll keep the reds, the purples going. So they're going to play Medici. Then this player will play this one. So 7 is the highest right now. Then this player will play this one. 8's the highest. So the ruler is now in the lead. They will play this 3. I'm going to keep that 9 because I'm hoping that I can do something there. They're going to play this 7. And the center will play the 4. All right, so who played the 7? I think this player played the 7. So they'll go here. So they get first dibs, or lead. They'll lead this. So 2 blue. They don't have any blue, so they'll play this. And then this player will play, they have to play blue, so they're going to take it. They take it with the 9. So now they're in the lead. they're going to play this 1 here. They'll play this 1. And this player will have to play blue. They'll play this 4. So blue gets it. Blue gets the lead, so they'll lead green. This player plays this. This player plays this. Now, I didn't use the ring, but what would happen is if I had a 1 of green and I needed to beat this, I could put the ring on it and it would become a 10. So if I only had the 1 of green and green was led and I was not going to get this last trick, I would have needed to play this ring. But I didn't need to use the ring, so it was just over there as a get out of jail free. So the center did take the first and last trick. So each player gives them 4 florins. So 4 florins, 4 florins, done. This goes back. This one's done. We'll bring out another one. Whoops, that's the center side. All right. Then we would shuffle up the cards and do it all again. And it's going to keep going like that until a couple things happen. Either everyone's been ruler 3 times. Whoever has the most money at the end of that will be the winner. Or if someone is unable to pay what they owe by having to pay the penalties, the game will end immediately. Or if you're playing the advanced side, if somebody uses the papal bull, which the papal bull will put all 3 of these edicts into effect. So if this player was the ruler, they could say, hey, I want to do all 3. So they would pick all 3, but then someone could decide to be the center, but they have to be the center for all 3. And if they can do all 3 of these things, then they would win the game outright. If you can win all 3 centers using the papal bull, you are the winner. And that's the game. It's pretty straightforward trick taking with some cool edict and center actions that you can do to jazz it up a little bit. So that's Indulgence. Let's go up the top, see what we think about it. All right, well, that was Indulgence. So what you saw is what this game is. It's a trick taking game. All the cards are just numbers and a color. There's no like special cards. It's strictly 1 through 9, 4 different colors. That's it. Tarot size, really nice. The only issue is I wish the number was in more than just the one corner, like down here, down here, down here, like regular cards, because when they're stacked on top of each other, it's hard to see what's going on. The edicts are awesome too. You got the everyone edict where if no one's the center, we're going to do that. You have the center side. It's just the opposite. Whatever this side is, the center side is the opposite. It's going to have different penalties. This board right here is really unnecessary but cool. It covers all the edicts so you don't know what's under it and what's coming up. I like these coins. They're shiny. They're just cardboard, but they look really cool. They're really shiny and nice. Nice crystals for 5. No complaints there. The production for being a little card game is pretty nice. So yeah, I'm a fan of this. I would not play. We played it originally without using the papal bull. So these where you can play all 3 edicts or someone can do the center on all 3. And we left some of the advanced ones out. Don't do that. They're not crazy difficult that you're going to have trouble playing them if you're new to trick taking or if you're new to this game. If you played trick taking games before, like Hearts, Spade, Euchre, any of those kind of games, adding the advanced edicts into this, piece of cake. So just ignore the to not do that on your first game and just dump them all in. They're not crazy, so crazy that you're going to have trouble understanding them. They're just going to be a little bit trickier than, these. Don't take any blues. That's pretty basic. Some of the advanced ones would be like, don't take any tricks. That's harder. Or what's another one? Don't take pairs. So you don't want to take green plus a blue in a trick. So, all the same numbers of those, which is tricky. So they're not hard, but they're a little more difficult than the basic ones. So just keep that in mind. Oh, and the best component of all, look at this thing. It looks like a class ring. This is fantastic. It's metal. Looks awesome. Completely unnecessary. But when you're the center and you got this on, you're like, oh, I got so much power. Kiss the ring. Kiss the ring. It's so good. Such a cool component. So this is a great trick taking game. I'm a huge fan. I like trick taking anyway. This gives it a little bit more pizzazz to it. Makes me want to keep playing it because these edicts here really make this game come to life. And this is what the game is. The trick taking is just trick taking, but these edicts are really cool and make every game feel different. They're going to come out in different orders. People are going to be sitting on different ones. Fantastic. So I'm going to give this a BGM acceptance seal. This is going to get an 8 out of 10 on BGG, which is a 4 out of 5 wrenches on our arbitrary wrench scale that means absolutely nothing. But we like to give it the games that we enjoy, and that's what I'm going to do. So that is Indulgence from Restoration Games. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics. And as always, keep gaming.